an absolutely amazing performance. bodyy joining in as well. They had some great individual showings, and we'll get into it. The dual Berettas are out for exercise. He's got himself a smoke as well, and armor, as they spot towards second middle. They will see a couple of terrorists on the other side.
Yeah, very classic pistol here playing for Info, but hanging around is bodyy. 1x bet odds are favoring Astralis still here, and you can understand why, as he'll be boosting up towards the window silently. This two-man setup, Jackson bodyy in the boiler. Gonna have to rumble them here, and one and done, out immediately. They've evacuated. The information config will be able to relay, sure, but Astralis haven't been able to capitalize on this space just yet.
Yeah, nothing they can do with it. The CT's able to pull a man over towards B as well. bodyy gets himself in towards library. And it might have to be the B finish here for the Danes. They've got themselves a couple of smokes for CT spawn, of course, and the coffins, a Molotov for new boxes or first oranges, whichever way they're inclined, as the coffin smoke coming through. Exercise now will be trying to deny entrance, and he's got the dual Berettas here towards B. Can he shut them down? They vault up towards the bomb site here. Flashbangs come through, overwhelming for him. Down to Jocko now, needs at least one kill here, but I dare say it's going to be another kill for Astralis. Open B bomb side, bomb to go down, and they're patrolling all the key areas here. Zipek spots a player towards Banana.
Yeah, well, the key there is killing them in the choke point. They drop the smoke, they have the dualies. They're designed exactly for munching away at that type of a push, and now they're in a lot of trouble. Afro, no armor, no util, nothing to his name. He's going to have to try and get something done from Coffins here, and he will. Yeah, he's been able to find a lot of space. Time is the biggest problem right now, as Jax has gone down to the interim. bodyy coming through spawn, gets gooshed. He's down, just Afro now, and he's hit a couple of crispy ones, but that's going to be it. A great start from Astralis here. They're going to secure the pistol round.
Well handled, that's for sure, after losing that first pick in the form of config towards the boiler room. Double stack there for HEET, gave them a nice early advantage, but it was towards the B bomb site is where we finished. A pretty basic execution from Astralis. It was the flashbangs that were the saving grace. The dual Berettas could do nothing. Exercise dropped without a kill. Farley follows things up as well. Nice pathing towards the bomb site.
Yeah, Exercise or Jocko between them, they needed at least one.
At least.
Considering the number advantage they had, that just one between the two of them would have been enough, but they're going to force fight back in here. Julies and Deagles, a couple of nades, couple of smokes.
Okay, you don't see the Julies too often apart from the pistol round itself, so interesting to see how that works out for bodyy. Desert Eagle, very familiar territory for us, of course, as we'll see the first grenades exchanged. Both teams taking early damage, bodyy down to 55, Farley at 50. 0 for Jax, unfortunately for him. The map 10 makes light work as swings out towards the top of middle.
Yeah, I think one of the issues, it's the next two maps, there's less freedom for these players to put on their individual prowess, right? There's always going to be a flash. There's always going to be a molly. It's not going to be a situation where you just get to run around and shoot heads. So there's going to be a lot of grit and determination here for HEET if they want to try and get this one done in two. Astralis about another wake-up call here. 2 in 3 days.
Yeah, plays very differently. Unable to make heroic individual plays like he can on the previous map, as Afro is flashed off. They're trying to get some mid-control, and it has been granted. 4 players on this side of the map, wrapping towards the A site, it seems. It all starts here, though. The Desert Eagle gets a face full of lead. Afro down to 12, and Exercise, I feel like he'll be getting similar treatment. The Mac 10's making easy access towards the A bomb site. Config in the library as well. Probably a save situation, unfortunately. The force buy doesn't do a whole lot for them.
Yeah, hold on to what you got. Give it a crack in the next round of play. But in case you're just joining us here, there was a scenario in which HEET could have been guaranteed a bottom 3 placement in Group C, and that would have been a 2-0 loss to Astralis.
Which is already gone.
Which is already taken off the table. So the follow-up results aren't even required to be talked about. So
yes, you're right.
The fact that HEET have been able to secure one map keeps them alive regardless of the outcome here today. It's still very unlikely. If they're to go down 0-3, it's going to be very, very tough. They'd have to win their last 2 games. And I'm sure there's a bunch of results that would need to go their way as well. But we're talking about the mathematics here, that the likelihood is slim, but the chance is still there.
What a turnaround as well. As you mentioned, they opened things up. Their campaign against ENCE, they played Dust 2. What, 16-7 or something like that?
16-6, yeah.
16-6.
Bit of a drubbing.
Got absolutely wrecked. We saw nothing from them. They were being overwhelmed, but they strike back here on day 3 and look like a completely different team. They said they've shaken off the nerves now. They can play their own game, for lack of better phrasing there. And it seems to be the case. They looked very loose, very nimble, and they were up for it. Individually, they looked world-class.
Yeah, I'm going to have a lot of questions about the cohesion of this team on a map like Inferno here. Nuke didn't go too well for them yesterday either, so it's something where it does take a while to refine all the necessary protocols and plays that you do require to take on the best teams in the world, and Astralis should have plenty of answers here available today. Triple nades, that's the biggest threat. Deep smoke, and while the nades are good, that's going to be a gun to scoop up. There is armor available on bodyy, and he's going to be the one to pick that up. The nade back his way. He's going to do a tickle of damage. Now it's Jax. We need a scorcher out of him if he want to have a chance here. It's getting on the toes, and that's the shot you want to see.
That's a big one for sure. They've actually got a 4 versus 3 right now, but the A bomb side wide open. Bomb presumably to be planted, and with the AK-47 of body, do they fancy this one? There is a chance.
Give it a go.
Might as well. You'll be buying up next round regardless, so in towards shore we go. It's going to be glaive. Defending with the MAC-10. Heads up Counter-Strike here, looking for a double kill if possible. First one is his, second not so much. Body keeps the dream alive here as we go down to a 2-on-2. No kids, bear in mind, and the AK-47 is salvaged by Body, and we'll see whether he can actually find any sort of access here. Farley will shut him down. Well handled by Astralis. A difficult round. Unfortunate to receive so much nade damage at the start, but they will find the clean 3-0 conversion.
Yeah, just at least a threat applied early, right? If that was another clean one there and Astralis are going, okay, well, this is easy. What happened on Dust 2? But at least here, around where they have to make sure that they are laser focused.
Great shot.
Yeah, it's a really nice shot, isn't it? If he could have gotten a second on a config, that would have been fantastic work just with the traction that config got late here on that MAC-10. But the buys are through. Afro into his signature AWP. And only 2 players starting over towards B at the start here. We have seen from Astralis consistently, they like to start 3B on their CT side, but we have a whole half before we get there.
Don't see too many AWPers towards Boiler these days, and Afro will position himself there. Surrounded by players, needs the no-scope to connect, but being sprayed down. He gets a second bite of the cherry here. Equal conversion for now, 4-on-4. As Jax will out of the scoreboard. The CT's looking well up for this one. That's a great turnaround. It's not the cleanest, but they've managed to get themselves in a very prime position. The bomb down towards Arch, up against zipex and blameF now, who are segregated. They're not together. And this is looking likely to be the first round for HEET.
Well, there it is from Jax again from this pit position. Looking hard to try a zip. Oh, he has a bit of information as to where the bomb lies, where the enemy may be, but he's going to have to hope the fights come his way. Jocko is on the move, just clamping down, making sure he doesn't have too much freedom. That AWP, oh, he might like the look of that going forward. But that shot from Exercise onto glaive or the Arch side, just the awareness, right? Because he stopped to throw a flash and then comes out after throwing the flash and is ready for that type of a move. You can see glaive trying to get the jump on him there. So it's a big shot because of the circumstances, and here they come. They want that AWP, and they're going to get it.
Yeah, swarming in nicely as well from multiple angles. zipex didn't stand a chance, and there it is, the first round for HEET in their CT campaign. They managed to salvage a couple of AK-47s as well. The AWP was picked up towards the end, and his Jax, just another strong performance from himself. Here's the shot. Yeah. Very aware of glaive's possibility, and Jax continues to look sharp towards the pit position. So MAC-10s once more, a couple of them. Glaive and zipex given the SMGs to try and make round number 5 work in their favor. 3 AK-47s, and we have got 3 players for HEET heading towards Banana once again, looking to get full control if possible.
Defensive utility here, while they do establish control over towards Banana, they've gone for the logs and the deep molly, right? Gives them the opportunity to clear out close and boost Afro up on the half wall.
Means they can actually cheat a couple of players over now. With him in that half wall position, he's guaranteed to at least get a shot off and pull back safely. And now they can actually have a 4-man setup towards the top of middle. So that's looking very promising indeed. Can Afro hold the spot though? There's the flashbangs. Just got to hold on. Get the information. Hopefully get a kill and drop off.
Yeah, he has to be aware of this creep up close. You can see him just adjusting for that. Astralis are giving them a lot of room, a lot of time has been melted off the clock as Blame is lining up what should be a CT spawn smoke, I believe. He also has a flash available. Now, if they want to go for the CT spawn smoke, does that mean they're just going to hard commit into B off the back of this?
Yeah, he'll flash as well, I believe, and they're just going to try and pounce towards Banana and storm their way up towards the bomb site. Here come the flashes. Afro drops off. He gets the information. Now needs some backup. A fadeaway incendiary, and there's a lovely shot towards glaive as well. Do they keep pushing?
They have to. I don't think there's time to fall back. The leg shot here from Afro now needs to do it all alone. The only man on the site goes down, and they're in, but through. Jocko, the flash. It's good, but there's no kill. It's body through the smoke as a 3-on-3 with the low HP. A zip is the biggest problem. He's upgraded into the AWP. The bomb goes down towards first oranges, and now we're on.
We really are. 3-on-3. Kits available. Speculative spams going through the stained glass windows here. And time is of the essence. They need to get together. They have no utility on the CT side, so it comes down to raw fragging power. Body, he's shown plenty of that so far. Can they at least trade out this kill, or will Farley manage to get the first? That's a nice shot. And at this point, their chances looking very slim indeed. Back to the 2-on-2, but
it's there.
So they've called it off.
Yeah, there was a kid there that was worth a shot. Definitely now. Get the kit, get the kill. There's a chance on a config. If he does, yeah, he's gone down. Jax has the kit. Needs to get there in time. I'm not sure there is going to be enough. And yeah, they've called it off here, HEET. Not enough conviction. I think that half of them were going for the save. Bodyy was going for the round.
And he gets that all-important kill, calls it back on, but you're right, there just wasn't enough time there. But they do take down all the members of Astralis. Sure, they're down 4-1. They save a couple of AK-47s. They can buy up into the following round, but Astralis certainly feeling the pressure. That's not a comfortable victory. This was the all-important shot, though. You can see he gets that slight shadow advantage, but this is where the round looked like it could be possible. Jax recovering the kit, Exercise getting that kill towards Emo. There was a moment there. Had they operated maybe 5 seconds quicker, that could have been theirs, but not meant to be. But the good news is Astralis still very much on the back foot here. Once again, Mac 10s, Galils, and opted for more utility, as you would expect on Inferno.
Oh, that's an annoying molly right there. Farley's not going to have vision on mid for now. Unlikely to see them reinitiate with any aggression, but at least rumbling their default. Clogging up the comms, as it were. Should be getting banana control here relatively easily. Not much resistance over towards that side of the map whatsoever.
Yeah, nothing at all so far, but a bit of retake utility being deployed here, confirming that no one's in the car position at least, just confirming that with the spams, and they've taken back control, but unfortunately it does cost you a lot of your utility. So they're going to go for a boost towards CT spawn, I believe, and being a more defensive crossfire setup here.
Long smoke, because Afro's ahead of this. Afro's committed. He's going to have to fight here. There's no backing off. He will have to peek, and well, lined up. Glaive gone. No peek through the boiler. Exercise was here as that safety net in case there was a punish. So number advantage, but they still need to hold on. This fight looks like it's coming their way.
Exercise in a prime position to take down Config here. Difficult one to flush out. Flashbang's deployed. I dare say that's a freebie. It's actually Afro that picks it up, and they've got a 5 versus 3 now. Do they fall back towards the bomb sites? Afro more than happy to stand and deliver towards Arch. He's not falling back just yet, but the flashbang being deployed. Fires up a shot and now just falls back to more defensive line. So full mid control granted, sure, but you've got 25 seconds remaining. You're being flashed off. Crossfire's enabled, and they're saving. So there it is. HEET managed to keep everyone alive here. They barely take any damage, and it's all down to Afro. Very confident chap. We saw it on Dust 2 as well. Didn't miss many shots. Continues to bring that form over to Inferno with the aggressive CT positioning.
Yeah, he's going to have to continue to be that type of a nuisance here, just rumbling any of these setups Astralis are looking for. And then just staying stoic on the top mid crossfire, not backing off. It's great, because if they did back off, then they might find themselves out of info across the map here. So HEET just draw it into a 2-round game now, 4-2 in the Astralis favor. But what is against Astralis is the economy. Now the buy, it's going to be a bit gritty. It's just you see Glaive, they're just caught completely off guard, not ready for that type of peak. Understandably so. Why isn't Orpa pushing through our long smoke and taking a fight down mid? It's so risky.
Well, we've seen some unexpected maneuvers from HEET so far. On Dust 2, we saw Bodyy pretty much in lower B every single round, ducking and diving, causing absolute chaos. And Afro certainly delivering with the sniper rifle so far. Wants to have another go of it, drops the incendiary to stop any encroaching players towards the top of middle. Might fancy peeking towards the bench position, which he will. Just confirming no one's got in towards close range.
Very active in this boiler position, aren't they? Jax is here quite often, though. They're on the pistol round. They've been there on a lot of these rounds here, and it's jarring against the default. If you're happy with your aim and you're not expecting too much utility to come your way, these are fights that are very winnable for the CTs in the close corridors.
That's a frustrating smoke as well. Your round's over for a good 20 seconds as they do show presence towards the apartments as well. Now, bear in mind, with the AK-47s, you can be a little bit more active and go for the one-taps here. Equal weaponry against the terrorists, but for now, Astralis will just be happy they've established apps control.
No banana resmoke from Jocko here. He's on the half wall right now, or he was. Not deploying that one just yet, so keeping this utility till late is a great decision here. He is flashed off the line. Dips back now, still has plenty of utility to work with, so if they feel the pressure, they can do exactly that, buy themselves a bit of a buffer.
So towards top of middle we go once again, but it's Afro patrolling this position. He's been so good so far. Flashbangs to come through, smoked off towards Arch. They'll be focusing towards the short position. Now Jax to be tested once again. AK-47, a lot of damage inflicted, but no kill found. It's down to Exercise here. He's been overwhelmed, and that's going to be it. Surely nothing the CTs can say about this one. 2 players go down upon arrival. Very patient from Astralis there, just going through the motions, gaining mid-control, taking the vision away towards Banana, then forcing their way in at short, hitting the shots, and there it is.
I question what Jax saw there to spam like that, because he has to be aware that he has the traces, right? He just stood and went to just go full auto at that moment.
Yeah.
Quite easy to identify where the shots are coming from with the traces of the AK like that. So Jackson, Exercise, not passing the test. Same situation we had before on the pistol round with, who was it there? It was Exercise and Jocko. They didn't get a kill between them on the pistol, they lose the round. Same situation on A. You have a good setup. If you can't hit the shots, you're not going to win. That's as simple as that. It has to be highlighted here. I don't think Astralis did anything exceptionally well in that scenario.
Not really. And it was quite a nice round up until that point. They managed to hold them off for a long time. The clock was ticking low. They still had a bit of utility, but you're right, didn't hit the crucial shots there. Crossfire doesn't deliver, and Astralis run away with the round. So you can see the traces Chad was talking about there as we had the freeze frame, so Farley could just take an educated guess as to where he was. Zipex and co making light work of the final play. So a tactical timeout now to discuss their options. They do save 3 weapons, of course, on the CT side. A couple of M4s, AWP, and in terms of cash overall, they're okay. They can drop weapons here and have a full buy. Just going to be discussing their options. Maybe they want to send perhaps Afro towards B this time. Maybe set up that anchor position once again and have 4 players over towards A if possible. But I feel like it's overall the mid-rounds have been okay. It's just that final execution needs to just connect the dots a little bit more.
Yeah, it's as simple as that sometimes, though, isn't it? You have to hit the shots. You can go through all the protocols. You can watch what the pros do in the demos. You need to make sure that you're getting the kills here as we do move into the next round of play. That tidy buy that Henry was talking about is in the mix, and the AWP quite swiftly over towards the A side of things. Now, short, is he going to jump into apartments? Maybe just that for an aggressive Halls peek. Oh, that's an A kill top banana, and Jocko is very low as well. They have just been destroyed. Almost absolutely destroyed.
200 inflicted there. That's wild. So that could be the round itself. Who knows? But for now, 5 versus 4. Trying to fend them off with the smokes and the utility, but trying to be reactive. A double set up towards the apartments here. Maybe Jax wants to push forward and hunt for some intel, because right now they really are on the back foot. A boost in CT spawn to Jocko with the 1 HP, just looking for that single frag. If they do fully commit towards Banana, that is, but Exercise to be the bait as well. Suggests that no one's up there, and it will be a B finish. Looking very promising in that regard. Zipex looking towards any probing players, as we mentioned, could be a possibility towards the apartments, considering they're a man down. And an HE.
Yeah, well, if it was picked up now, I could start making a conversation, because this is what needs to happen with this B execute. These individuals playing towards spawn need to make sure that they're getting a bunch of kills here. They need to be getting a multi-kill between them. We're talking 2 or 3 kills between the 2 of them here. Somebody needs to get a double. And, well, it doesn't look like it's going to go their way. Exercise shooting into a wall here. That's how blind he was. Had no idea. Jocko's low, and he's actually had the pirouette around there. Clave's gone under him.
Yeah, I don't think he's expecting that one. 1 HP was looking for a single kill, but not going to happen. Bomb to be planted. Very comfortable for Astralis here. CT's on the other side of the map. So far removed from the situation, I dare say this could be another save. As Afro looks for any sort of openings here. Flashbang towards the bomb site. Exercise is still there, but might want to start retreating here, and indeed they will. Astralis make very light work of the final play towards the bomb site once again. They got that opening kill, of course, with the HE grenades. Did almost 200 damage. You don't see that too often.
Well, I think they need to make sure they hold on to these guns here, and the hunt isn't coming their way. The loss bonus should net them another buy. Bodyy will have enough. Exercise should be able to drop a gun. So Jocko will be hooked up with that if he doesn't have enough of his own here. Curious going to be the conversation about the utility, but multiple stacks set up towards the bottom of B, and they'll hold on to all their goodies, looking much tidier now from Astralis.
Yeah, T side of Inferno as well. This one's starting to spiral for HEET. Needs to start posting a few consecutive rounds. So a triple AG combo there. Lots of damage inflicted, and Glaive is punishing CT spawn as well. Jocko on 1 HP had no idea he'd be coming through the smoke, and here we go. Another full buy available for HEET, but let's see what Afro can do. Does he change up his positioning? Heading towards B this time, so maybe trying to get him on the half once again, and we'll see what they make of it.
Well, this time, not as many nades. Top banana, deep smoke. Calm Molly in exchange here to hold back HEET's aggression. But if it comes down to activating Afro round and round again to try and find them picks, it's going to be a rough CT half here for HEET.
Well, they are retaking the top of banana at least right now. Yeah, wanted that to be a little bit deeper, hoping to set up the sniper if possible with a nice clean shot down towards T-steps, but a lot of work to be done before we get to that position. Good flashbang over, enables Bodyy to find at least one, but an equal trade for now. That's more like it. Conflict down to 21 as well, man advantage for HEET, and just deploying those incendiaries, pushing them back, making sure they can't be granted access towards the B site, and blameF looking for any stragglers, anyone hunting for information, looking to punish.
Defensive smoke here from Jocko. That should buy them plenty of time right now. The rotation from Afro. You can see him flirting with it. Jocko is yet to get a kill here. Need to get him on the board if he want to have any chance of defending this B bomb site, because now that bomb on the back of Config is towards the base of Banana, the low HP Shore. This is Jocko's best chance to get a freebie of a kill here. There's two players who are on red HP.
Very true, Chad. He has got a nice smoke as well, so 30 seconds remaining. They'll have to respect it, I would assume. T's still have 3 smokes, Molotovs available. Config setting up their smoke towards Coffins there. Drops over a Molotov for his teammates who can presumably Molotov first oranges here to smoke for CT. That's for new boxes. And here we go, Jocko, as you mentioned, a great opportunity to find his first couple of kills, potentially excites through the smoke. Confirms the round at least. Maybe I'm speaking too soon. That's a great shot for blameF. Bomb to be planted, 3-on-2. Config still with a smoke, but he's lost the big man. blameF goes down.
That was wild. That was a wild connection there from Exercise. Now, Config, 21 points of health here. The plant is great. Team had enough money for a buy in the next, but that's going to help out a little bit more. And now, playing in the smoke, the fade of this. Jack should have him dead to rights here. Spam the center, and Config's going to walk through. They're currently touching. Hello.
Having a cuddle.
Hello, Config. He's denied the bomb. Whoa.
There was a chance.
First oranges, he had to fight.
There was a chance.
Good round from Afro and Exercise here. Bodyy did get that opener towards top Banana. Just a bit more proactive with the defense. Looking for those fights towards B. That's one of the things when defending this B bomb site on Inferno. It's not just about delaying with the utility. You want to make sure you use the utility in your favor to look for exactly these fights. Get the jewels, use the advantage, and Bodyy frustrated about things there. He gets a kill, right? In that type of situation, a one and done, you'd be happy with that.
I guess he saw how blind they were. I was hoping to get at least 2, perhaps, but the follow-up trade came through as the AWP that shut down the B bomb site, and they do indeed pick up the round. Need a lot more that came from, though, however, as, of course, Astralis still healthy in terms of the economics as the spams continue here, and playing on the front foot, it seems this time. Exercise will be looking for any players jumping up towards Boiler. Got Jax in tow as well, patrolling. So, an interesting setup from the CTs here, looking to deny access towards the apartments. The problem is, though, if one player goes down and it's a clean shot from the Ts, they can almost be guaranteed a double kill. Very difficult to communicate that one. Molotov, not too much of a problem, and this is the moment now. Config suggesting he's aware of their presence, that they try and duck and weave around the bullets here. Zipex coming in as well. They're going to be pincered here. And the kills go in their favor. The beautiful execution, the setup actually works out for them. They've got a 5-on-2. Astralis didn't see it coming.
That's when everything goes right. The players hit the necessary shots. They know that they get 2 1v1s. Essentially, they're right. You know, you get to fight the Halls guy, you get to fight the Boiler guy, and worst case, you can always swing around and help out your buddy. So another round for HEET here as Astralis have already conceded and are looking for the save. We didn't have too many people reach out, but there was one bloke, Henry, he was watching the AFL. You're cultured, you know what AFL is.
Absolutely.
Watching some of the AFL at the moment.
Is he enjoying himself?
Yeah, this was when we were doing the first map, so I don't know if he's still watching now. What else we got here? Let me just have a flick through. So wasn't a lot of people getting activated. I have people in my comments arguing at the moment. Some guy called Nera is really upset about this vac wave. So
I did see that this morning. Apparently, there's been an update and all
lots of people banned.
All the big cheats getting banned, which is what you like to see, I suppose.
That is exactly what we like to see.
What's there to be upset about with that?
Well,
what's the conversation? What's the debate?
He just basically, he's just from his perspective.
Right.
Now I know he's a noob, right? Because when you play in, you know, high tier Counter Strikes on the Facets or the ESCAs, the anti cheats 99.9% of the time make sure we don't have to worry about any you know, anything bad happening behind closed doors. So I can tell this guy literally just plays matchmaking. So it's unfortunate for him, but I'm sure that he can try get out there and play proper Counter-Strike, as we like to call it, Henry.
Proper Counter-Strike. That's our favorite for sure.
Probably a couple people out there feeling that I'm pointing fingers at them. That's okay. If you want to play matchmaking, if you want to play Mickey Mouse Counter-Strike, that's fine with me. You can play Counter-Strike however you want.
I suppose it's not their fault. That's the official offering.
No, that's true.
Like that, sometimes you just want to just load up the game, jump in the lobby and get it done without having to use third party, I suppose.
We've been having fun on the third parties.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always a lot of fun. We still have that competitive itch to scratch though. That's
true. Because when people ask the question, oh, do you miss competing? I go, well, I don't miss grinding Counter-Strike for 12 hours a day, right, and not really doing a whole lot else, but I do miss getting in the server with a bunch of lads who have the same will to win.
will to win.
Will to win.
Well, that's what's going to be required from HEET here. If they're going to 2-0 this one, chat, they need to bring this half back. They're 6-4 down, but still early days. They can still win the half 9-6. And buys available. They've got themselves 2 rounds in a row now. So the last of the Astralis gold, they've got actually pretty weak setup here. Desert Eagles, Mac 10s, Tech 9s, the AK Shaw, and Farley with the AWP. But he's been quieter today. Has to be said, he had his moments in Dust too, but compared against that game to Mouse Sports, it's night and day. As we're doing the same setup toward the apartments.
Why not?
I guess you're right. Like, they might not even have a response to it. You can do a deeper Molotov to take care
There's
of
a
that.
flash as well that's currently primed. There it comes. Bang. Perfect. And
Doesn't work.
oh, well, just run into my crosshair. That's a nice kill. So is that one. This aggressive stance, it reeks of just some players who want to get let off the leash here, right? You don't see these type of setups consistently traditionally. And I love that we're getting a little bit of, because it's so annoying. What it does is it forces the T's to make sure that they respect all of these choke points a little bit more.
You would just assume, well, they're not going to run that again. That would just be an anomaly, but they absolutely do, and they get away with it. Even while fully blind, I suppose, the only angle you have to shoot is that one doorway, pull the trigger, hope for the best, and it works out for them. They find themselves a 5 versus 2. They've barely taken any damage here whatsoever. 40 seconds remaining, and Zipex, not known to be an AWPer, chat, I think that's fair to say, will be creeping on in towards B. This will be one for the history books if they pull this one off.
All right, come on now. It's the Clutch Minister and his sidekick, the Boulder, as they creep with moss all over them slowly in towards the B bomb site here. This would be the rumble that they require, inching forward, peak after peak. 15 seconds. How far will they go? There's the CT smoke. The boost should have them. Jocko, this is your chance for a kill, mate. Your first one, it's on the board. It doesn't get easier than that. Now the hunt is on. Get Blame for the second. Well, Blame's going to get a couple kills.
It was worthwhile. He could have died after the time there, but he will be surviving with the AK-47, and it's the double app setup from HEET. They're finding their 5th. They're closing the gap once again. They're looking like a decent team here today, chat. If you missed the Dust 2 performance, I suggest you check out the VOD later on. So many interesting setups on the CT side. Aggressive, of course, towards lower B. It was bodyy and Afro making light work of them as he continues to prove strong here on Inferno. The CT aggression with that AWP, there's been no response so far. And I believe we have pretty much a full eco. Glocks across the board and the saved AK-47 for Blame. Sure, they might be able to get a couple of kills here, but HEET presumably have a 6-6 game.
I like the look of that one. That looks quite easy there.
Going towards balcony, I assume, yeah.
I was watching his latest offering this morning.
Yep.
So I woke up early, but not early enough to go for a walk. So I was like, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to watch Nard Out Here. And it's always
It's a good
fun.
channel, to be fair.
I think his most recent is about 20 minutes. It's great because
Follow the Twitter as well. It's every day there's new content in your feed. You see new grenades and stuff.
He's going to love this. Nard, he's I think Nard has a full-time job as well. So
he does the best content
on the side.
The best nade content by far. So yeah, check him out. What's the name of the channel?
You've got Nart out here, N-A-R-T,
and Nade's out here,
and Nade's out here, which I think he is. That's become his main because it gets a bit more of a following.
There's been lots of creators that have attempted to make CSGO content in that regard, create grenades and stuff, but with the game and the way it is, there's so many updates and things change that they go out of fashion. They don't meta anymore. They simply don't work. And you've got the whole issue of 64 tick versus 128. We'll just talk over this sequence. So it's like, I get it. It's time consuming and sometimes not worth it. You have to maybe even remove the video because it's been outdated, but that guy's still grinding, so shout out to him.
I don't think, like, with what he does, right, because it's just showing what the pros are doing, he's been showing a little bit more recently of what his community are getting up to, which some of those ideas have actually been used by pro players, which is quite cool to see as well, that, like, kind of overlap. But it's just, if you're an analyst or a coach of a team and you just whack that on, you go, oh, this, I haven't seen this is how we can use this, we were looking for something like it. All these resources that are available are great.
Just a concept, an idea of how you can slot it into your game and have something that's a little bit more surprising or not traditional, I suppose, and that's always a great one to check out. So yeah, big shout out to that channel for sure. We do have a tactical timeout from HEET after winning 4 rounds in a row. So they're just going to be discussing their options. I don't mind it. We're going to the bookend of this first half. Very important rounds, of course, and they've shown a few different setups here. And presumably Astralis now will have the answer for the apartment's double stack, I would assume. And we'll see whether Afro wants to be repositioned. Maybe get Afro in the apartments this time. A complete change of setup. And time will tell. A couple of AK-47s for them. Galil for blameF. Their finances have been pretty woeful on Inferno so far. They managed to get a 4-1 lead, but slowly but surely, HEET are coming back into this, looking for the 2-0. That would be a phenomenal, unexpected result if they're managing to pull this one off.
3 more consecutive rounds right now to close out the half. Let's see if they can flow. Let's see if they've got what it takes. Is a bit more harassment this time round. That
yeah, you can see not going to let them do anything towards the apartments. blameF is spamming them, denying control.
But this is the cool move by HEET. By playing in these annoying positions, it now takes away resources from the banana control available for Astralis. So it's chopping and changing.
Early map control as well. That cost blameF valuable time, and that could be another kill here. Jax, it'll get him with the wall bang. They're trying to compensate with the double stack once again, but they've changed things up. Same result though, 5-4 in favor of HEET. And this is looking quite nice. The old bait and switch here. bodyy just using the half wall, trying to find an advantage, and they have certainly got it. Wow, that's a great setup there. Just using the headshot angle, takes away all the aggro from the bottom. They swing out that AK-47. A phenomenal round there.
Well, they have some really good ideas here, HEET, right? I think the thing is they lack all the solutions that they require to be a complete team, but if the ideas that they have are working and they can run with them, and that's great. That's the playbook. That's what's in their remit right here.
No.
And they're just so worried about these aggressive stances, and it's just a different look this time round. Jocko, now that he's activated, a couple of tidy ones from him. bodyy, a lot of people have probably been worrying where this guy's been. Well, he's been working his way back to this position.
Yeah.
It was tossed aside many years ago, right?
Absolutely.
And it was hard in the French scene to kind of find a home. It's good to see him working hard with some like-minded lads.
Here we go then, the tactical airstrike is successful. A load of damage inflicted towards Astralis. HEET have the lead now. They're looking great on their CT side.
This is the type of round you can't drop, right? If they want to get this done in 2, if they want to pick up their opponent's map choice, HEET need to convert a round against a couple of Tech 9s, a Deagle, and an AK. Very light util as well. Can get the smoke CT, the smoke coffins, the entry flash, the CT flash, and a nade for good measure. But that's a great molly. It's going to send him wide. Jocko needs to make up for Afro's death, and body's here as well. Just forcing them into these fights. Astralis will come in contact.
They've lost the AK-47, but it's recovered by blameF. But that was pretty much all they had. They have one smoke and a flashbang remaining. Still a 4-on-3 in favor of HEET. Jax patrolling towards the quad side. Already wants to get a bit more intel, but feeling the pressure from the apartments as well. Not sure whether it's clear. Nice off angle from Exercise. I would say he's good for 1 kill. Whether they deploy the flash there, that's the question. If they do, he could be in a lot of trouble here. Will the swing come in? Definitely does, and he's caught out of position. 3-on-3 now. Jax, though, still with a solid chance. They've spotted him for sure. Can he find the kill required here? 1 would do for the retake. There's a load of damage. They're ducking and weaving, trying to avoid the shots, but it's blameF that connects in the end, and this is looking dangerous now. blameF catches the players in CT spawn. You said this was a key round, and Astralis, they're the ones to take it.
Realistically, that was pretty rough around the edges there from HEET. Like, Exercise doubting himself because I think they're worried about an A explode, so he's trying to transition back to side.
I think he got called over by bodyy. He was saying, I don't feel comfortable here. I'm looking towards quad. They could come apartment, so he's caught in transition here. A terrible spot for him. 3 players to find.
This is bad from Jackson Pitt. Like, he didn't delay and he didn't get a kill. He didn't do either.
Exactly. If he gets 1 there, the round's possible. It means blameF wouldn't be comfortable towards the library. But here we go. Final round of the first half. 7-7. Close as you like. Who will be taking the advantage as we take the break? Full buy on either side, and a bit more of a traditional round here. More of a default setup.
You can see how many saves there have been in this map. Not a single player on either side up to double digits yet in the kill department. There's just been so many saves from both teams.
On Vic, but that's about it. So maybe a flashbang set up here. It's afro the AWP. Flashbang comes round and no commitment just yet, but there it is. Afro strikes first. bodyy there to back him up. The flashbang is beautiful. That's a perfectly played round.
They know that it takes space towards A right now. blameF's going to go looking for something. It's going to be Config to open up on a Jax who's not been doing the best of jobs over towards A by any means. Bit of a leaky boat, this A bomb site here, and now that they found this kill, all the pressure's on Exercise. They've lost the mid to B. This is a shot and a chance for blameF. He's going to take that as well. So maybe they get the banana kill, sure, but they lose the rest of the map control because their A anchors are just not strong enough here. It's all on Exercise.
He's got a good position. Will they be aware of it, though? They'll be focusing towards the pit, so that first frag is his, no problem. If he gets another, they're in a great position, but only minimal damage inflicted towards Zipex there. It's bodyy and Afro on the retake now. They've got smokes, flashes, but the AWP for Afro could be problematic.
Oh dear. The Config's just come in directly behind bodyy. If he continues on this check,
at least.
It's going to come down to timing here. Afro's also passed him towards short. It's just going to take Config to activate, and he's going to have both of them. They're not going to expect him to be boiler. One's gone apartments, one's gone top mid, and he hasn't had any action on either. So this is Config now to win this round. Steps around, confirms the frag onto Afro, and now it's just bodyy sticking out like a sore thumb. Zip will take him down 8-7 for the Danes on their map choice. looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good indeed. It's still anyone's game. The series is wide open, but Astralis are crawling back into it. We'll take a break and see what they can do with the second half.
Hey Future Pros, back on Inferno, and I wanted to show you the deep mid smoke that G2 popularized. To throw the smoke, get into the corner next to this bench. Aim at the top right corner of this support beam and jump throw the smoke. This smoke will keep the T's a bit further back if they were planning on doing something fast in mid, and will also block some smoke setups the T's like to use. If you have a spare HE, you can use the cover of the smoke to get some really deep nades down mid. This one is too easy, so I don't think you Future Pros need any luck here.
He has been really willing to play with us. Jax has been a major change in our team. We've needed someone with experience, someone that could take the role of second AGL, talk a lot with me, and he's been doing it greatly. Like, he didn't have much time to adapt. He adapted really well to our system, and we managed to qualify in the end at the last moment to the RMR. So yeah, I'm really happy with what he's doing right now in the team.
Welcome back, gamers. Happy Friday to you all. Hope you're having a nice start to your weekend. And if you're joining us just now, what an incredible game we're having. HEET are up a map against Astralis, and we're splitting it right down the middle at halftime. The 2-0, there's still some potential for a chat. Not much, but still some.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't been believing in it this entire game. It kind of feels like we're just going through the motions for an Astralis win. I know that it is only a one-round game at this juncture, but it's the easier side now for Astralis.
It's fair. It's just me trying to be a little bit romantic at the start there.
Well, if they win pistol,
you never know.
If they can get off to a flyer of a start here, look at this. Quick smoke over towards short, going to land. It looks like they were lobbing out one over towards the long side as well, and they're going for a mid to B, but that means they're going towards the stack. The 1xBet odds have drawn ever closer here. And it's a B split, but this is going to be a car crash. Zip is already here. He's going to have the support right now. Config has missed his lines.
Hang on. There is a chance now. Still a formidable defense here set up by Astralis. The Julies towards the well, and we'll see ZipX pick up a frag as well. It's going to be blameF. Oh! Mows them down there. Both guns striking with full effect. It's a 3 versus 1 Afro with almost no chance. With the P250, fortunately no armor, he'll have to do some incredible work. That's where I had to start, but he'll be peppered down there. So Astralis fend them off after a missed shot from Config there.
Yeah, triple swing to get the final kill, but Config, yeah, just got overrun. the smokes that they lobbed out, quite easy. Short smoke and mid-long smoke just to give them the space, but this is great. Put this one in the Julie's highlight reel. Send that one to Blair. I know he loves watching the Julie kills over and over again.
Even that was better than the Zywu clip, I would say.
Wow, this poor Zywu clip.
It's definitely getting a name for itself, isn't it?
This is what happens, though. They didn't have to rush things in that situation, did they? But they've quickly tried to clamp down. I understand the swiftness in Counter-Strike, but I don't know. I just feel it's not as... It doesn't work as much as it used to. The shock and awe is gone.
An interesting idea, though. Smoking from T-spawn, a very fast one going straight towards CT spawn, but the CT's more than ready for it. If Conflict hit the shot, I dare say they completely shut it down, but no force.
It's telegraphed as well. Those smokes are a very clear red carpet. There's no, oh, we're going to run through this smoke, or we're going to actually wrap around A. It's very telegraphed on what the finish is going to be.
Zipex trying to bait in his teammate here. It's going to be blameF at the bottom. Quite a scary duet, it seems, as blameF will just be farming cash. MP9's lighting them up. Just one player remaining. Bodyy just trying to deny that fact. Try and buy some time. Bleed out some utility, perhaps, but that's going to be double digits now for Astralis, who are looking to close things out early if possible here. As Chad mentioned, they are on the quote-unquote easier side, and it's their map pick. You'd expect them to look a bit more comfortable. And a buy coming in next round from HEET, but Bodyy just wants to be a nuisance here and run down the clock.
I don't know what type of approach HEET can have here either. We've highlighted it already once this game, but the three-man starts for Astralis over towards B. Close banana early. They're very persistent in wanting to fight for that control. And then outside of that, if they're tempting over towards A, some faster players, which is what Complexity was trying, is a good way to get that top mid space early. And there, big jumping out, getting the kill. Doesn't want the Glock. You can understand why. And,
yeah, it's fair enough.
We should be getting some AKs out here.
Yoko's got for the Tech 9 early.
Was it another half buy?
Another half buy. That's curious. You take the full eco into a half buy.
All right. Well, I guess they want all their goodies.
Well, they didn't take a tactical timeout, but with Bodyy running around with the Glock for 40 seconds, I guess they got to discuss their options then.
Hand warmer flicking. I haven't seen that before. That's maybe that's like the bottle tossing.
Bottle tossing.
Yeah, you know how they flip the bottle.
I know what you mean. Bottle flipping, yeah.
Flipping.
Yeah.
Flipping, flicking, pushing, running, getting involved. Glaive this time, he's in the mix. MP9, well, just going to continue to do work.
He's now.
Best weapon for the job, really, isn't it?
This is the highlight reels you want. MP9 into dual Brita spray down. That's real Counter-Strike like that.
Well, I'm glad they did it with a half buy as opposed to a full gun round. Throwing up banana and dying to three players that are going to be there from Astralis every single round.
So, Chad, they've got 3 MP9s. You had the opportunity then to buy up with AK-47s, Galils. You would have been up against SMGs across the board pretty much, not a single M4. I guess you still will be going forward, but that seems to me the perfect time to strike.
I think there's some bigger issues in the fact that there's been no damage really in the last couple of rounds either, so they're just sitting pretty. They're going to have so much cash going forward for the remainder of this half. Astralis, unless they lose consecutive gun rounds, should be good. That's a nice shot from Afro. We'll give him some respect on the name here for the Deagle 1-on-5. 62 points of health, 55 seconds on the clock. 6 bullets ready to fire.
If he gets another kill, that will yield a plant. So he's actually got that plant down. So very good work, all things considered. Didn't have a lot to work with. A 1v5 gets a kill on the plant. That's an extra $800 per player. And the defuse will be no problem, of course. But I guess, in one respect, Config going down at least boosts their chances. He can drop the AWP, perhaps, and swap with Farley. Sure. That might be an idea, a concept at least. I would say that's the correct approach. Just have that nice sniper. You get the FAMAS.
Someone, Henry, was very unhappy with my matchmaking take. They took the time using a Club Penguin email to send me an email.
Okay, what did they say?
I instantly blocked and deleted it.
Ah,
yeah,
they went for the email approach.
Yeah, we didn't have a Twitter or anything. But I'm really not interested in their opinion, unfortunately. So we ended it there.
Oh, I say we are actually dropping the majority of the SMGs here. So not interested in a bonus round themselves. We'll see those littering CT spawn. They'll bring out the M4s here. No AWP to speak of, but Afro, he's certainly got one. And just suggesting they've still got the MP9s, I suppose. Glaive just firing off some shots. So yeah, come on in. We've only got the SMGs, as you know. But huge round here. So much money farmed as well, I suppose. Doesn't really matter.
Flash is good. Flash is good here. Jocko, the jumping shot onto Zip there. Hang time way too long, and they're into B. That's something a lot of teams haven't been successful with against Astralis here. So both kills, a smoke towards CT, and should be ushered across. Config's rotated in time. They haven't pounced on the opportunity here.
He doesn't have a whole lot to work with. It's a single flashbang as well. Is there anything that spawn? I don't believe so. This is his only opportunity, but my God, does he ever rise to the occasion? A double kill now. That brings the round right back in their favor.
Flash didn't look very good either in that situation, right? It looked like they avoided it, and now just giving away opportunities here. One spot at top mid, the bomb can be scooped up, but the defensive utility that I can see on the radar getting thrown to B means they definitely want to go back to A, and Config's already here to spoil the day, sully the party, and well, Jax, he's going to run in, he's going to attempt it here, but he's had a rough go of things on Inferno, needs to hit some bangers, and spam down range is not it. Config, the man of the moment here.
Very, very well done from Mr. Config. It looked like he was down and out. They lose a couple of kills towards the banana area, but he rises from the ashes, gives him the double kill required. He only had a flashbang to operate with as well, standing in the open. Stands and delivers. As have a look at the replay. That was a great little sequence here from Jocko and bodyy. Game full banana control, but Afro dropped. Config gets 3 kills there and finishes things off as well. Nice off angle to close out the round. Frustrating finish there for HEET, but they still have a buy available. Loss bonus starting to spiral, a maximum loss bonus now as we get into the next round. Action already occurring here. Double kill. blameF getting a taste of his own medicine there with double HEs.
Okay, well, this is an opportunity here. If there is going to be a chance for HEET, they have to convert a round like this with an opening. The previous was great, but saw that they didn't look convincing whatsoever after the early exchange. Pestering towards top of banana here. They will send Zip out between the legs back in towards the site. Config flirting with that rotation, and it will stall them out with a single smoke for now.
Oh, nice work.
Fair enough.
Upgrades from the pistol to the M4 on the roof. Just about clambers up there. Fortunately for Zipex, though, no utility on his side, and I've got a bit of backup here in form of the flashbang. This could be confirming at least the top of banana is clear, but could be fake info because Jocko was aware of that. He's calling for his teammates to come back now, suggesting they might think it's clear and they can fully execute here. I say fully. They only have a couple of smokes and 1 flash. There'll be no Molotovs into the mix.
It should be enough if they can trade efficiently as a unit here. Trying to sell a fake on A. Exercise with the extinguish is applying pressure. Config is now over to help out the teammates. It is going to be all on Zip here. Now, if they do smoke him off, well, they only have 1 available now. I guess they just have to contact in.
Yeah, they don't even have a flashbang, so he'll have to look for the early kill. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. Lots of damage being inflicted here. 3-on-3, bodyy down to 7, and he'll be one planting the bomb. Can he avoid the spray? He certainly can. Back up from Afro now. And Exercise looking for the back stab.
He's going to have to do it all here on the HP. The other 2 of them looking to boost on up here towards the back of sight. Oh, if that was spotted, they're in so much trouble, but it wasn't. It wasn't. They're ahead. Afro, great kill from him. Glaive, he's gone, and now it is just Farley. That nade be well placed. It could guarantee him a kill definitely here, and he's still going to try the luck. Exercise will be calling. He's not coming through spawn. Has to be from the coffin's position, and body's now being notified towards that. Oh, they must know that he could still be around here. Step out. There's no time for the defuse now.
Yeah, it's a nice open plant, so not much he can do with this one. Gives it a go, but bodyy will be 1 step ahead of him, and that's going to be the first round HEET posted in this second half. So well done to them, managing to get the early nade kill towards blameF as well, so shutting him down with the utility.
This is a really big problem for HEET in a map like this. They didn't get either pistol, right? So the fact that they're going to have to convert a lot of gun rounds, they have to win at least 1 more gun round consecutively here to break Astralis.
I like the boost. They think well on their feet, HEET. Like unexpected maneuvers, I would say. Time and time again, we saw that double stack towards apartments twice. We saw lots of lower B tunnels. Aggression on Dust too. So you see Astralis caught out more often than not, and the boost wasn't the reason they won that round, but it's just a nice little adjustment to give them the advantage.
Well, Jackson's invested in here with their Mac 10. I'm just going to be checking his spawn to see. That's not even towards the front of the pack here, so I'm not sure if they're aware of what type of buy is going to be on the other side, but he doesn't have the best weapon for the job. Fortunately, Glaive only has an MP9 as well. Head armor on 3 of the Astralis players.
Pretty much all hangs on this round, I would say. Both teams are broken. If HEET can win this and get a 12-9 scoreline, they'll put Astralis on an eco, and then they've got a real chance of actually taking the map. If they lose it, however, it's 13-8. It's a very different storyline, and they'll be on an eco themselves. So with the Mac 10, as you mentioned, we'll see what Jax can do. It is a serviceable weapon on Inferno. Lots of tight choke points, and Molotovs and smokes exchanged towards B, of course.
See the util that's coming out here from HEET to make sure that they can't get pestered with the aggression is that smoke. There's no way the CTs are going to test their luck, so they sit.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they had seemed to find a solution, but those nades were perfect. They will get this banana controller. Great adjustment from Astralis here. Retake util being lobbed out as well, and it has to be respected. The responses are here. You bang on. They are thinking correctly in these scenarios. Half wall util comes out. Okay, we boost logs. We molly over towards pool. And yeah, so they have the answers. Definitely have the responses required.
Yeah, lots of little tricky maneuvers, and they've got themselves back in a winnable scenario at least. So losing Jocko early, frustrating, but that does happen with the bombardment of utility towards that side of the map. They still have a minute, 2 smokes, and a Molotov as Afro controls underpass. He can deploy a smoke from there if required, and they'll go towards the apartments now. And in terms of the A bomb site, it's pretty open. Config deep in towards the arch, rotating towards the bomb site now. Glaive, with that MP9, he'll be watching the apartment. So he gets a bit of backup in this respect. Drops the incendiary, doesn't have to watch that for a good 7 seconds.
And the smokes had just come out as he deployed that, so he has a very good idea that this is coming. He's going to use his own smoke through the gray screen into an MP9. Nice. And that is when nobody wants to find themselves here. They might have to reroute. Something to slink up short now. The bomb is committed to this. They need to group up as a team. The trade potential, it doesn't really exist here. It's bodyy just lurking forward. Spotted one towards library. Glaive runs out of the pit here. Still need to deal with the side player of Config. He can win this on his own, and he's going to go down. Bodyy. What a massive round.
I think he might have spammed the chicken, thinking it was a player beforehand, and gave away his position almost. He heard the footstep, the chicken swung around, and bodyy ended up getting 3 kills.
I'm telling you, we've seen a couple of occasions here with these chickens being a real issue.
I know. It's the only map where the chickens are available in competitive play, if you're not aware. I'm not 100% sure, but he fired at nothing, and it was just a chicken that came on his screen. I want to see the replay, but he gave up his spot. He fired before they even swung around on his position.
Kill all the chickens, guys. When you see them, I know that we're like, oh, protect the chickens, this, that. If they give you away in any situation, if they're while you're focusing on your crosshair and one comes across your screen.
I tell you when it's the most annoying, when you're AWPing on CT side in apartments and one just runs up the stairs and you just pull the trigger. And like, I'm not 100% sure that's the reason, but he fired maybe due to sound cues, but as the moment the chicken came around, obviously on high alert. And there we have it. HEET will pick up yet another round. We go into number 22 here. That's 2 in a row for them. Very well done. They were on the back foot. Glaive went down. He did a load of damage, though. That spray down from the bomb site could have been enough.
Well, the problem I have here is, even though, here we go. The Glaive comes out of pit. That's a nice kill. Steps forward, knows the library player's there. Kills that individual, and okay, well, body's cleaned house into the side there, and ooh.
No punching, that's one of the rules.
We're going to bring some boxing gloves for everybody tomorrow if we keep seeing those actions. Now, what I was trying to build to with HEET, they should convert around like this, but I do have hesitations because towards the tail end of the first half, felt like they could have been good for a 9-6 half in their favor, but they fumbled against an AK and a couple of upgraded pistols. This is another one of these rounds they can't give away too much. This is for confidence, and they picked the right bomb side at least.
It's a very nifty little boost towards the back of the B bomb side there. No one's pre-aiming it. You've got a nice couple of seconds to get an early headshot. You can avoid utility as well if you're lucky. But it's mid-control. Has been granted here. And, oh, exercise, make sure you have a nice deep check of that corner, which he does. That could have been very problematic. He gives up a rifle to Config there. Sounded like he had a helmet as well.
Well, it's all good. No problems here, because Zip's just going to hold on to this M4. The other 3 of them are probably going to look for an exit kill and try and upgrade into an AK if they can. But this is double digits now for HEET. Competitive game.
You're not believing yet. I can tell by the tone of your voice.
I'm not believing
You're just completely refuting it. It's not going to happen. I can tell. You don't have to tell me. It's that's fine. I'm sort of getting on my feet, though.
Well, while we have this bit of downtime here, Henry, everybody at home, if they want to get involved, we have had this segment reoccurring on the show. Henry and I want you to get involved by tweeting at us using the hashtag ESL Pro League. But if you want to use the hashtag ESL Pro League as well as the hashtag EPL Hot Takes, we've been taking your hot takes at home. We bring them up on the tweets. The desk will cover off.
Can you give an example of a hot take? So,
me saying that people should play Faceit and ESEA instead of matchmaking because it's an FPS game. And
I think that's a fair take, to be honest.
Yeah, but apparently a hot take.
And until we're given a better official option, I feel like that's the only choice. But yeah, maybe there's a hot take.
Why complain about
a divisive take, perhaps?
Well, yeah, but why complain about something that there's solutions for?
I guess because you maybe have to pay money for the other services you don't want to be paying.
Take out a loan, I guess.
Take out a loan, sell a skin.
Stop having avocado on toast, right? Isn't that what the boomers keep telling us about buying
avocado
properties?
costs about €3 these days, so yeah, that's fair enough. Like,
I'm sounding old. I am sounding old. But, submit your hot takes. The desk might decipher them if they like them. Or I would assume if they don't like them, probably.
Probably. So, another gun round here. 2 rounds in it. 12 to 10 to Astralis, but on the back foot in terms of maps. They gave Dusty up in quite a convincing manner to HEET, who looked fantastic. They really looked strong. They were prepared, and
this is a good call.
Rigid.
If they explode right now onto A, this is a good call. The rotation point from B is still far away. Exercise caught off by the flashes. Maybe a miscomm there. That's not pretty. They're making their way into the side. They need to clear this. Shoko needed to flick around, head on a swivel. Not to be the case. They've been stalled out here. This pounce, it had legs, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Off of the knees. Everybody's gone down.
Not what you love to see. If you're a HEET fan there, you could see maybe one step ahead of the teammates head towards apartments, trying to find some space, but couldn't find the shot. Bali then given plenty of opportunities, the perfect position just to mow them down one by one. You can see him finding that kill towards Exercise, then repositioning. This was a great spot, but there's no utility towards the pit, really. They've got full vision, crossfires enable. You can see them just having to turn on a swivel on the T side, and that's a frustrating finish for them. But still, another buy available. Astralis in touching distance are taking us to a third.
How does the tone in my voice sound now?
About the same. You're quite smug, perhaps, I would say.
But because I know what's going to happen. This is the regular script. HEET got the win on their map pick.
I know.
We're going to end up, Astralis is going to squeak this one out, maybe 16 to 12, maybe even just 16 to 10 at this point. Then we're going to go on to Nuke, and it's fine. And once we get to Nuke, Astralis are going to win, and the result we're all expecting is... Try to curse it, Henry. Let me keep cursing. Let me keep cursing. My powers, I'm using them for good and evil simultaneously here. KRL's been on the phone. He said, listen, Chad, we need to win today. So I'm cursing Astralis here for the French.
Ooh. That's a stunner of a shot from Config, taking matters into his own hands there. Another nifty boost towards the bottom of Banana, this time not on the logs, right down there at the bottom. Gave them the man advantage. It was a 5-on-3, right up until Config got stuck in there with the AK. So still the advantage for HEET. They have plenty of utility. Can't say the same for the CTs. They have one smoke remaining now, but
Flash, peek.
off wall and a good flashbang is going to convert into a kill towards Afro now. So presumably have to go towards A, off angle for Glaive. And that's going to be an easy pickup, and he can drop the incendiary call for the rotations.
Yeah, just no threats here in the mid-round. HEET look real sloppy in these mid-round situations. It's getting picked apart. They sit and they wait for the regress, but they lose the fights in those situations. And we are heading for the logical conclusion now.
Yeah, you might be right at this stage. There is somewhat of a buy available for HEET, but not much. It'll be two players on AKs and armor, Tech 9s, Mac 10s, and they'll take their final timeout here as well, just to discuss their options. This was the game changer. Completely destroyed their Config. Just eviscerates that player towards the second mid position. Glaive dropping the incendiary, forces out another smoke. They come through a gray screen. That's all she wrote. So HEET will not be buying into it just yet. They still have a good 5 seconds to discuss their options. The coach will be scrambling to work out what the best protocol is.
Actually do something, I would say. In the round where they got the 2 kills top Banana, and then they lost the round because Config got a 4 kill, and then this one here. They actually could have been in this game if it wasn't for those 2 rounds, but this is showing the inexperience of this team. Maybe Yanko and Kasai can break down what they should have done instead, or what could have been better options here, because those 2 rounds, they have severely misplayed them, allowed Astralis to dictate the flow when they were in the number disadvantage scenario.
So, just a partial purchase into this one. The pistols you might expect, the Deagles, the Tech 9s, the P250s, and maybe just a straight up B play here. Battling for the control towards the top of Banana, but blameF, he can't believe his luck. Given another opportunity to spray them all down, but only good for one. So a rifle picked up at the very least, and not too much damage inflicted. I said that Jax is down to 7, but they'll get away with it. They'll take a 4-on-4 to kick things off and upgrade to an AK-47.
They just group up and go somewhere together now and try and press their luck instead of spreading out across the map and allowing Astralis to flash and peek and kill them one at a time. They might have a chance in this round, Henry, but if they keep doing what they've been doing, it's not going to work. And now, because they only have one rifle, maybe they will actually play as a pack.
We'll see. They'll go for the contact play towards middle, but it's absolute brutality as Config mows them down there, looking comfortable, looking like the map is done. Nuke is on the menu, and HEET, they might have to skip this one up.
It doesn't matter if they're separate or together. They're just going to keep getting owned here. This was great from Config. Look, and the teamwork, you'd love to see it. Farley, he's just as responsible for these kills here as Config is. That flash coming forward, Config just to be the one to line him up on the crosshair. So up to 20 kills now, Config, another good performance from him.
Well, it has to be said as well, Chad, HEET still getting double digits here. At least they're not getting smashed 16-4 like their opening games here at Pro League. They are getting better and better as the tournament evolves for now. Another boost Worked out well before. It's afro up there this time and doesn't quite hit the shot. That was a very important one. They're going to stand a chance to take us a little bit further. Zipex will find 2 frags into round number 26. 5 on 3. Might as well start packing it up. What's the response? That is looking for any aggressive CTs right now. Not very active on the French side. They've been battered and bruised the last few rounds. That's going to be 3 in a row for Astralis. Very confident rounds as well. Looking like their old selves again.
They have full banana control and currently, well, until that smoke landed, full mid control. So that is the only drama. But look at this. The door swings open. Blame keeps pushing, and this banana aggression is going to secure the round. There's just one man standing. Body, he's been good. He's going to have to be great. 1 kill, turns it into 2. Noseglave's on the other side of this smoke. The spam, he's going to chase him down on the reload. He does have the space here, but they should have a very good idea where he's coming from as this next fight. His body does fall. The in-game leader will pick things up. 16 to 10. Astralis bounce back after a lackluster Dust 2 and set themselves up to close things on Nuke. A much better performance here. A much better performance, absolutely, but still competitive. I think that's the important factor as well. HEET have put their best foot forward this morning. They've got a map under their belt, but it all comes down to Nuke. How will they fare? Well, you'll have to find out after this break.